Mathematicians, one of the things I want to talk to you about today is that word equivalent. Say equivalent. Listen to it again. Equivalent. Say equivalent. Equivalent means equal or the same. These toy characters are equivalent. Their weight is the same and they look the same. They're balancing the scales because they both weigh the same. The big idea I want to talk to you about today, little mathematicians, is what happens if one of these characters change? Does their weight change? If I move around some parts on one of these potatoes, will it change the mass? Will the scale still balance? Will it still be equivalent? What do you think? Let's change one of these toy characters and see what happens. Let's count from 5 down to 0 and see if we can change one. Count with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It changed. Thanks for counting with me. One of these characters has changed now. Both toys have the exact same pieces, but they just look a little bit different. Does that mean the weight of these characters has changed? Is one of these heavier than the other? Is one lighter than the other? What did you think? Well, little mathematicians, you need to know that just because a shape changes, it doesn't always mean the weight changes. If the exact same shape is just rearranged to be shown differently, like here with the Mr. Potato Heads, it doesn't change the weight. They're still equivalent. The only way that one of these Mr. Potato Heads would have changed in weight is if I had filled him up with something else or added more parts to him. That would make him heavier. I didn't do that though. I just rearranged the way that he looked with the exact same pieces. So if a shape or a model is changed to look different, it doesn't mean that the weight changes. It can still be equivalent. Remember, it only gets heavier or lighter when I change that shape by adding, filling, or taking away parts. This picture gives us a clue about that. Here, I've added more potato and more parts, so one side's heavier than the other. But if I had the exact same potato, but just rearranged in a different way, no parts added, no parts removed, then it would still be equivalent. A shape can weigh the same even if it's modelled or represented differently.